If you're studying for the INBDE, I highly recommend INBDE Bootcamp, an all-in-one study resource that will help you pass your exam. Use coupon code MENTALDENTAL for 10% off. Hey everyone, Dr. Ryan here, and welcome to Mental Dental. The transition from dental school to real-world practice is an exciting one, but it's also a huge responsibility. So let's talk about the correct mindset to have first. In dental school, you build a solid foundation, but remember, it's just the beginning. While you should feel confident with your skills, it's crucial to remain humble and be ready to learn much more. The real world isn't like dental school. As a student, you had the safety net of faculty supervision and the institution's protection. But as a licensed dentist, it's all on you, your license, your liability, and your malpractice coverage. You are fully accountable for the care that you provide your patients. And that's why finding a good mentor is so important. A great mentor can guide you through these challenges and help you to grow both clinically and professionally. Now, when you're visiting potential offices or discussing opportunities with future potential bosses, look for these green flags, qualities of good mentors. Ask about their specific mentorship plan. Do they provide personalized feedback? Do they offer opportunities like observing your cases or reviewing treatment outcomes together, or debriefing after certain difficult procedures? A good mentor invests in your growth. Do they offer to pay for CE courses, or send you to conferences, or do they encourage you to sign up for study clubs? These are great learning opportunities for you, especially as a new dentist. A mentor who listens to your concerns and creates a safe space for questions is invaluable. There should always be encouragement from them to ask questions. And while you're expected to take initiative, that's true, they should be available to assist you when you're trying something new or something challenging. Now, as a side note, mentorship often happens between patients, not during patient procedures, but between patients, during lunch breaks or casual conversations. But whenever and wherever it is, it should feel intentional and supportive. Unfortunately, though, not all mentors are created equal, so be wary of these red flags, qualities of bad mentors. A bad mentor might throw you into a procedure that you're not yet comfortable with, or that you frankly haven't done before. And if they don't provide any guidance or feedback there, that should be a giant red flag. If they don't offer continuing education opportunities or professional development, that's a sign that they might not prioritize your growth, which is also not a good sign. And some mentors think they're doing you a big favor by letting you practice unsupervised. But this is a big red flag. This can lead to serious consequences. For example, I've heard of an associate who is tasked with molar endo that they've never done before without any guidance whatsoever. When they attempted it, the procedure failed, the patient had to get the tooth extracted instead, and the patient ended up suing the practice, and specifically that new associate doctor. When the associate tried to shift blame to the senior doctor, well, it didn't work out because it was ultimately on the associate who did the procedure. So what ended up happening was the court ruled in favor of the patient and the associate's license was revoked. So the court made it clear the responsibility lies with you. So stand your ground if you're uncomfortable with a procedure. Speak up and ask for help. And remember, mentorship is a two-way street, and you have a role to play as well. You need to actively invest in your growth as a dental professional. So here are some things to keep in mind with that. talk to the assistants that you work with. They are a gold mine of practical knowledge. You can ask them for feedback on how you handled a specific procedure or how you communicated with a patient. Continuing education, as I've stressed throughout this video, is crucial and critical for refining your skills and staying updated. Whether it's in person or online, be prepared for lifelong learning as a dentist. Also, join study clubs. These are fantastic opportunities to learn from experienced dentists and specialists, and also to network with your peers in your local community. And read journals and watch videos. Whether it's the Journal of the American Dental Association or YouTube, there's a wealth of information out there, so use it to your advantage. A good mentor will empower you to be the best dentist you can be, but it's ultimately up to you to seek out the right guidance and take responsibility for your growth. Treat every day as an opportunity to learn. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel for much more content just like this video. And let me know in the comments, what qualities do you think make a great mentor? As always, thanks so much for watching. God bless you all, and I'll see you in the next video.